Welcome to the stream, everybody. How you going, Shireen? You're the first one in the stream. I'm just chilling here with my cat. She decided to rest on my legs. How's your day going, Shireen? Hello, Joey Farr. How you doing? Nice to see you all on the stream. Oh, thank you, Shireen. Shireen's loving my daily workouts. I've got another one to upload for today as well for the daily workouts. So what's everyone been up to today? What have you guys been doing so far? My cat's found a very comfy place to have a nap on my legs. Okay, cool. So Shireen's enjoying a festival in India. What kind of festival is that one? Okay, cool. So Shireen's enjoying Janmashtami festival. Very nice. So this is my cat Camilla. She's 13 years old. She's a black and white tuxedo cat. She's found a very comfortable place to have a nap on my legs. Hello, Jan. How you doing, Jan? Nice to meet you on the stream. My cat's very sleepy today. It's funny, sometimes my cat looks at the screen, the iPhone, and she sees a reflection of another cat. She actually freaks out, thinks there's another cat in the room. Welcome, Tubular Mind Wave. How you doing, Tubular? So Shireen says the festival celebrated on birth anniversary of Lord Krishna. So Shireen, what is your religion? Are you Hindu? So Shireen says it's like Christmas. So I've had a pretty good day today. I went for a 5K walk and been getting some things ready for work next week. So Shireen says, yes, she is Hindu, but she also respects and loves every god. Very cool. Very cool. Personally, myself, I'm not religious, but I do respect all the religions, respect them all. To each their own. So Shireen, what animal do you want to be reincarnated into in your second lifetime, in your next lifetime? Good question. Shireen has just asked, what are these numbers behind me? So these right here are part of my 10Ks a day challenge. So I'm ticking these off as I go. Every day I'm doing 10 kilometers running or walking. And I put those there just to give me an idea of how many days I have to go. So just ticking those off each day as I do my 10 kilometers running and walking. Now, yesterday, I was quite sick. I'm still recovering from being sick today. So yesterday, I wasn't able to do my 10Ks a day, which means tomorrow I'm going to have to do double the mileage. Tomorrow is going to be a 20K a day challenge. So Shireen wants to be reincarnated into a Siberian tiger. Very nice. That would be pretty fun. Pretty fun life. I think I'd love to be an eagle of some sort as well in my second lifetime, if I could be reincarnated into an eagle. Welcome to Tin Sin Edit. How you doing, Tin Sin Edit? I'm just relaxing here with my very cute and sleepy cat. Her name is Camilla. She's a rescue cat, 13 years old. Welcome as well to Idol TV. How you doing, Idol TV? Nice to see you back on the stream. Very nice. We've got Idol TV all the way from the Philippines. Welcome to the stream. My name's Nathan, and this is my cat, Camilla. 13-year-old rescue cat. We got her when she was just a small, little kitten. When I was in high school, in year 11, year 12, there were stray wild cats living under the locker rooms in our school. And luckily, my sister was able to save one of them, bring them home with us. And that cat turned into Camilla. That cat was Camilla. Welcome, JB. How you doing? Let me know how you guys are doing today, how everyone's day's been so far. We've got Quinn in the chat who loves dogs. Well, Quinn, if you like dogs, maybe I can show you my sister's sausage dog just downstairs. Let me know in the chat if you guys want to check in on my sister's sausage dog right downstairs. I can show you on the stream. And by the way, thank you so much to Idol TV for subscribing. It's very, very kind of you. Helen, you've got a very expert ear. That is correct. That is correct. I'm Australian. Well picked up, Helen Santolin. I am indeed an Australian bogan. A bit of a bogan. For some reason, my cat always finds the most comfortable places to sleep, always on my legs. That's right, everyone. Double tap the screen to like the stream. If you want to, that really helps me out. And don't forget to subscribe. And Helen says she loves, loves, loves cats as well. And she's also an Aussie. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Aussies unite in the stream. Aussies are very well known for wearing their budgie smugglers. For sure. If you guys want to check out some cool videos as well, There's a video on my stream where I put a small camera on my cat, on her collar, and film her adventures, what she gets up to. So if you're interested in checking out a video of a cat wearing a collar, a camera collar, check out my channel. So Helen Santolin has a cat named Jeremy. Black and white as well, and asleep on her chest right at the moment. Well, Helen, you have to show us your cat. I'd love to check out your cat, Helen. When you get a chance, Helen, make a YouTube post with a video or a photo of your cat and tag me in it so I can check out your cat. Thank you to Idol TV. Idol TV says he loves my cat, Camilla. Well, Idol, I'm sure my cat loves you right back at ya. Good question. Quinn Adams asks, what is my cat's name? Great question. My cat is named Camilla. Some people call her Camilla Capello. She's a very sweet tuxedo cat. We rescued her when she was just a small little kitten. When we first got her, she was very, very wild. And now she's become quite tame and quite nice to be around. So Helen says that her cat Jeremy is her constant companion. She adores cats and Camilla is perfect. And Cindy T says, your cat looks exactly like my cat, Bruin. Beautiful tuxie. Camilla, you got lots of fans on the stream. Lots of people that think you're very, very cute, Camilla. Well, guys, thank you for checking out the stream. And welcome as well to Madison Joyce. How are you doing, Madison? I'm just relaxing and hanging out with my cat, Camilla. She's found a very relaxing place to sleep right on my feet. So Madison Joyce says, hey, hello chat. Sorry I can't stay, but pop by quickly. She has rehearsal right now, and she says hello to Camilla. Well, Madison, have a great time in rehearsal. Enjoy singing some songs with your friends in the church. And Quinn Adams says, for her, it is 2 a.m. in the morning. Well, Quinn, I think it's time for you to log off your phone and get some sleep. 2 a.m. is quite late. And Helen says she's freezing where she is in Canberra. I'm in Melbourne. I've never been to Canberra. What's it like in Canberra? To Helen. I'd like to shout out Idol TV's fellow friends in the Philippines, Yansin, Ramis, and Leke. Once again, shout out to Yansin, Ramis, and Leke, all the way from the Philippines. Thank you for checking out the stream. And welcome to AJ420, the Stonemason. How you doing? That's right, Cindy. I'm in jail right now. I can't get up until my cat gets up. She's found a very comfortable place to sleep right on my legs. So, AJ, how's your day been so far? AJ420, the stonemason. Helen says Melbourne is a very beautiful city. I agree. Canberra is very, very beautiful, but the winter is brutally cold, very cold. Yes, Australia is a pretty nice place to live. I think that Melbourne is quite a multicultural and lovely city to live in. I enjoy living in Melbourne. The only thing about living in Australia is it's hard being so far away from the rest of the world. That's the one hard thing about living in Melbourne. In Australia, you're so far away from the rest of the world. So AJ says he's just chilling, going to a mountain bike race soon. Are you competing, AJ, in the mountain bike race? And he's also going to a classic car show tomorrow, which should be good. And AJ has asked, how's your day going, NATO? My day's going all right today. The only thing is yesterday and today I've been quite sick. I think it's related to the stress from working. I work in quite a stressful job as a casual relief teacher. So I think that working in that industry as a teacher has been quite stressful, and I think working with kids as well has caused me to get sick quite often. So I've been sick today and yesterday, and went for a 5K walk, and I lost my watch, slipped off my wrist, but luckily I had my torch with me. I carefully scanned the route and found my watch again. That was a bit scary. It's a $300 watch, so I was a bit scared to almost lose that when it slipped off my hand. Welcome to Ziggy Kesteven. How you doing? Ziggy's requested a freestyle. He's called me a freestyle beast. Thank you, Ziggy. Appreciate the support. I'm here with the other beast. This is my little beast friend, Camilla. She's quite a nice little king of the jungle in this little home. Very comfortable place she's found to sleep, right on my legs. So AJ says, yes mate, can't wait, should be good, probably fall off though. Nice one. That is so cool, AJ. AJ is competing in a mountain biking competition. That is awesome, brother. It sounds like, AJ, you're a huge adrenaline junkie, which is awesome. AJ, if you put a GoPro on your helmet, I'd love to check out your mountain bike contest. You should definitely do some mountain biking with a camera on your helmet. Good luck with the mountain bike contest. Hopefully you can win the whole race, AJ. Good luck with your mountain bike contest. And Helen says she thinks Jeremy and Camilla would make a beautiful couple. Oh gosh. Well, Helen, if I ever come to Canberra, I'll definitely bring Camilla with me, and we can try to hook up Camilla and Jeremy. Classic. And Ziggy says he's got his dog on his bed with him. Ziggy, what kind of a dog do you have? So Ziggy says he has a blonde Aussie Kelpie. That is so cute. What is your dog's name, Ziggy? And also, how old is your Aussie Kelpie? And Helen says, yes, we're a long way away from everywhere else, but she's proud to be Australian and count her blessings all the time for living in such a beautiful place. I agree. It's a great place to live. Welcome to Alex Bombassa. He asked, do I have any Bitcoin? I don't currently have any Bitcoin. Just the old-fashioned Australian currency for me. Are you guys into Bitcoin? Do you guys have any Bitcoin as well? Let me know. I'm not a fan of Bitcoin. I just have the old-fashioned Australian dollars. Australian dollary-doos, as they call them. Australian dollary-doos. Spencer says he loves beer. Myself personally, I'm not a big drinker. Every so often though, I have a couple of drinks. Like maybe a Corona or shot of vodka. Every so often I have a couple of drinks. Oh, thank you, Helen. So glad to find you as well. Looking forward to checking out your channel. You should definitely post some videos of your tuxedo kitty, Jeremy. I wonder when my cat's gonna finally get off my leg so I can get some water. My cat's put me in some sort of a jail, falling asleep on my legs. So Helen says, so nice to find you, find another Aussie. She's subscribed and will definitely be supporting you. Thank you so much, Helen. It means a lot to me. I'm trying very, very hard to build my YouTube channel. My dream is to be a YouTuber like Mr. Beast. Make money doing what I love, making quirky, crazy YouTube videos. I've got tons of really great YouTube video ideas. So Ziggy says his internet is glitching. Let me know, guys, is the stream good quality or is the stream glitching a bit? And Ziggy's Kelpie is named Odin, just like the Norse god Odin. So we have, welcome to the real Tarzan. How you doing? Tarzan says, not all women are queens. How? Some don't even get a chance to see the castle. Helen says she loves all animals, but she's a confirmed cat person. Good for you. You'll be successful. Thank you, Helen. I think the secret to success is to never give up and just keep at it. I think YouTube's all about, you never know what video is going to go wild. You never know what video is going to be liked by the algorithm. So I think it's about, if you look at all these YouTubers like Veritasium, Mr. Beast, they all have literally hundreds and hundreds of videos. You've got to keep at it, keep making videos, and just by a numbers game, just by really, really trying hard, each time you make a video, you slowly get better and better to find success on YouTube. So Interesting Videos asks, where am I from? I'm from the old town of Melbourne in Australia. Where are you all from? The Real Tarzan, Interesting Videos, Helen. I know Helen's from Canberra. Where's everyone else from? right, let's read some of these comments. So we've got Ziggy from Lismore. An interesting video says he wants to sell swings for home decoration. That's a very niche passion, selling swings for home decoration. Chiniot swings for $200. Helen says, you're doing great. She's going to tell all her friends about me. Thank you so much, Helen. It's very, very kind of you to say. And interesting videos can sell me a swing for $200. And they'll ship it straight to my doorstep. Thank you so much. Can you tell me what kind of a swing it is? Is it for kids or is it for adults? Because I'd love to have a little bit of fun on a swing myself. And by the way, welcome to the one and only man from Russia. How you doing? And Ziggy says he's feeling like some rigatoni right now. What a comfortable place for my cat to sleep. She's found a comfy place right on my legs to fall asleep. Huh. Let's read some of these messages now. So interesting video sells swings for adults and brides. Very interesting. If I find out any of my friends are getting married, I'll definitely recommend your swings for their wedding. And by the way, is anyone else on the stream a YouTuber as well? Let me know if you guys are also YouTubers too. Like Helen Santolin, are you also a YouTuber? Do you have any videos on your channel? Because it's a great way to build a community. And also, if you get big enough, you can even make some money through your videos. Make some money doing what you love, making YouTube videos. And in case you guys are wondering, this right here is my absolute favorite book. The Brain That Changed Itself by Norman Doidge. Very fascinating read, really fascinating and insightful book about neuroplasticity, about our wonderful, wonderful brains. In fact, did you know that your brain, your cortex, is the most complex object in the whole entire universe? So right on top of your shoulders is the most complex object in the entire universe, the human cortex, the human brain. So learning about the brain is really fascinating and very helpful as well. We all have a brain. Might as well learn how it functions, how to best use it. And also how to keep your brain sharp in older age, fight off Alzheimer's and age-related memory loss. So Helen says she agrees about our brain, the most amazing, beautiful, and complex object in the whole universe, the human brain. The incredible thing about this book, it has many stories about people that have strokes, and due to their brain strokes, part of their brain dies, and they lose the function to talk or to use one of their arms. And through their brain's ability to change itself, to grow new pathways and new connections, these people are slowly but surely able to regain their lost functions. So this is a very hopeful book. Stories of personal triumph from the frontiers of brain science. A remarkable and hopeful portrait of the endless adaptability of the human brain. Norman Doidge, The Brain That Changes Itself. An astonishing new scientific discovery called neuroplasticity is overthrowing the centuries-old notion that the adult brain is fixed and unchanging. The adult brain is instead able to change its own structure and function even into old age. Definitely recommend you guys go and check out this book. And also check out this cat over here, taking a little nap on my legs. So Interesting Video says the price of these swings in your country is $500. They can deliver to my doorstep and take orders from your country. 7 persons are online and ignoring business ideas. Why don't you think for this business? Human brain, I'm talking about business, human brain. Have to think about business. Thank you for sharing. I'm not really in the market to buy a swing, but I'll definitely keep you in mind. Interesting videos. Camilla looks very relaxed there, taking a nice nap. After a big day of chasing mice, climbing on trees, climbing on roofs, she's having a nice relaxing nap on her owner's legs. So Helen says she's had a lot of chronic illnesses and been on life support 5 times. Oh gosh. I'm sorry to hear that, Helen. She's a tough cookie and firmly believes that her positive thinking and tough brain is the reason she's still here. That is so interesting you said that, Helen, because this book here, it talks about how, let me find the chapter actually. I've got to read this out to you guys. Very, very interesting. So, check this out, guys. Everything your immaterial mind imagines leaves material traces. Each thought we have alters the physical state of your brain synapses at a microscopic level. So this is a chapter all about imagination and about different studies where, for example, people learning piano, just through imagining the piano piece, imagining their fingers playing this piece, they're able to mentally rehearse and improve their ability to play that piano melody. So this book, one chapter on imagination, talks about how it's very important to think positively because all our thoughts, our imagination, that changes the physical structure of our brain. So sometimes we can think of imagination as airy-fairy, as not mattering, not really affecting our life. But our imagination is very, very powerful and actually has the ability to change the microscopic structure of our brain itself. So it just goes to show how important positive thinking and being conscious of your dialogue, your inner dialogue. Because that can affect your life, affect your brain. And I'd love to know, Helen, you seem like a really interesting person who's been through some very, very interesting life experiences. So Helen, how did you get through those periods when you were on life support? What kind of motivation did you use to drive yourself from the brink of death on life support? How did you get yourself out of those sticky situations? Helen Santolin. She says she's okay, glad to be alive, but no doubt her positive thoughts got her through. All the specialists agree. And by the way, welcome to Sonu. How you doing, Sonu? I'm chilling here with my cat, Camilla. She's 13 years old. And we got her as a rescue cat. She was just a kitten when we first got her. She's a stray cat, so she's still a little bit wild, but she's become a lot friendlier towards humans. So once again, definitely recommend reading this book, The Brain That Changed Itself. I've actually reread this book probably about 3 times. I will warn you though, some of the chapters are very full on, very, very graphic stories about PTSD and very hard brain traumas. Some people that have had bullets lodged into their brain and had to recover from all sorts of very, very scary situations discussed in this book. So Helen says, not listening to people who were saying I would not survive. She had a lot going on in her head and no way was she going to give up. That's so true, because often what we say in our mind can turn into a self-fulfilling prophecy. So if you believe that you're not going to make it through life, something's going to happen and you got no chance at all, those thoughts can feed into it themselves and become a self-fulfilling prophecy. So it's so important to think positive. But even more important than positive thoughts, wishful thinking, there's nothing more powerful than actions. Actions are always going to beat thoughts alone. In other words, one act of kindness is by far more powerful than 1,000 heads bowed in prayer. Actions are the only things that are going to change your life. Taking positive actions. It's not enough just to be an optimist. You've got to pair your positive thoughts with actions. It's only actions that are going to make any change within your life. Let's see what our kitty thinks about that philosophy. Camilla? What do you think, Camilla? Do you think actions are better than thoughts? Guys, if you're enjoying the stream, enjoying my cute cat Camilla, don't forget to double tap the screen and like this stream. It really helps me out with the algorithm. Camilla, say hello to all your fans. You got 8 people watching your cute face. Very sleepy kitty. Almost fast asleep on my legs. So I'm going to read you a couple of passages from this book, The Brain That Changed Itself. I'm going to read my favorite passages to you all. Let's have a look here. This chapter is all about imagination, how thinking makes it so. And by the way, before I read this book, I'm going to read out Helen's comments. So she says she couldn't agree more. She volunteers at a community kitchen to feed the homeless. It's her way of giving back and being grateful for life. That's really special, Helen. When I turned 27, I did a marathon in under 4 hours to raise money for Melbourne City Mission, which is a foundation which helps to feed and find homes for the homeless. So it's definitely a great feeling to give back to the community, to do your own fundraisers and do your own efforts to give back to the homeless and the needy. This is my favorite book, The Brain That Changed Itself, and I'm going to read a couple of chapters just for educational purposes. No copyright intended. For sure, Helen, you're going to love this book. It's a fantastic read, very motivating, insightful. You get to learn about the most complex object in the world, the human brain. You get to learn about the majestic, complex, wonderful human brain. This chapter is all about imagination, how thinking makes it so. I am in Boston in the Laboratory for Magnetic Brain Stimulation at Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, part of Harvard Medical School. Alvaro Pascual-Leone is chief of the center, and his experiments have shown that we can change our brain anatomy simply by using our imaginations. What a bold statement. Wow. He has just put a paddle-shaped machine on the left side of my head. The device emits transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS, and can influence my behavior. Inside the machine's plastic casing is a coil of copper wire, through which a current passes to generate a changing magnetic field that surges into my brain, into the cable-like axons of my neurons, and from there into the motor map of my hand in the outer layer of my cerebral cortex. A changing magnetic field induces an electric current around it. And Pascual-Leone has pioneered the use of TMS to make neurons fire. Each time he turns on the magnetic field, the fourth finger on my right hand moves because he is stimulating an area of about 0.5 cubic centimeters in my brain, consisting of millions of cells. The brain map for my finger. TMS is an ingenious bridge into my brain. Its magnetic field passes painlessly and harmlessly through my body, inducing an electric current only when the field reaches my neurons. Wilder Penfield had to open the skull surgically and insert his electric probe into the brain to stimulate the motor or sensory cortex. When Pascual-Leone turns on the machine and makes my finger move, I experience exactly what Penfield's patients did when he cut open their skulls and prodded them with large electrodes. So this chapter is all about how thinking makes it so, the imagination. Alvaro Pascual-Leone is young for all he has accomplished. He was born in 1961 in Valencia, Spain, and has conducted research both there and in the United States. Pascual-Leone's parents, both physicians, sent him to a German school in Spain, where, like many neuroplasticians, he studied the classic Greek and German philosophers before turning to medicine. He took his combined MD and PhD in physiology in Freiburg, then went to the USA for further training. Pascual-Leone has olive skin, dark hair, and an expressive voice. He radiates a serious playfulness. His small office is dominated by the massive Apple computer screen he uses to display what he sees through his TMS window onto the brain. Emails from collaborators pour in from far-flung parts of the world. There are books on electromagnetism shelved behind him and papers everywhere. He was the first to use TMS to map the brain. TMS can be used either to turn on a brain area or to block it from functioning, depending on the intensity and frequency used. To determine the function of a specific brain area, he fires bursts of TMS to temporarily block the area from working, then observes which mental function is lost. He is also one of the great pioneers in the use of high-frequency, repetitive TMS, or RTMS. High-frequency repetitive TMS can activate neurons so much that they excite each other and keep firing after the original burst of RTMS has stopped. This turns a brain area on for a while and can be used therapeutically. For instance, in some depressions, the prefrontal cortex is partially turned off and under-functioning. Pascal Leone's group was the first to show that RTMS is effective in treating such severely depressed patients. 70% of those who had failed all the traditional treatments improved with RTMS and had fewer side effects than with medication. In the early 1990s, when Pascal Leone was still a young medical fellow at the National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke, he did experiments celebrated among neuroplasticians for their elegance that perfected a way to map the brain, made his imagination experiments possible, and taught us how we learn skills. I'm going to stop it there just to make sure I don't get copyright strike for this video. But once again, fascinating read. Really, really beautiful book. The Brain That Changes Itself. So I'm going to read this comment now. So Helen shares she had a friend that she was telling you about, wants to go on a YouTube and tell her story of survival, despite her family being told I would not. He says it would be a blessing for many to hear about. Well, Helen, I think it's very, very brave to tell your story, to show what you've been through. It's going to be very, very hard to put yourself out there into the world and to put yourself open to scrutiny and to judgment. But if you believe your story can help people get better and help them feel like they're not alone, I think that would be a really powerful way to make a positive change in this world. So I definitely think that that could be a really good idea, Helen, to share your story, how you were on life support many, many times and how you pulled through with your positive thoughts and survived. So Helen says, thank you so much. She's going to get that book. She does think it would be an encouraging story to get out into the world. Oh, well, I'm feeling a bit sleepy as well now. I think just like my cat, I might go to sleep as well. So Helen says, Camilla and Jeremy have us captive. Huh? Jeremy's still asleep on her chest. Thanks so much for your time. Yeah, it's only 8:54 here where I am in Australia, but I'm feeling a bit tired. Yes, Helen, you should definitely show me a photo of your little cat, Jeremy. Apparently, Jeremy looks a lot like Camilla. And by the way, Ziggy, how old are you? And Helen as well, how old are you turning this year? I'm officially 30 years old now, which is a little bit scary. I think 30 years old, you're well and truly an adult. So it puts quite a lot of pressure on you. Oh gosh, Ziggy is 21 years old. I wish I was 21 years old again. What a great, great year. Great age to be, 21 years old. Well, Ziggy, did you have a big 21st party? Good night, Helen. Have a great day. And also, my cat Camilla sends you a big, big good night kiss. Thank you so much for coming into the stream, Helen. So nice to meet you. Have a great, great night. Looking forward to see the photo you post of Jeremy. Guys, I'm going to end the stream now. I'm going to get out and do another 5Ks walking to complete my 10Ks for the day, my challenge I'm doing. Thank you, Helen. Sending a big kiss to you, Camilla. Right back at you. So thank you guys for checking out the stream. Goodbye from my cat, Camilla. She's all sending you a nice goodbye kiss. And we'll both see you guys on the next adventure. I'll stick around for a few more minutes, answer any last questions, then I'm going to end the stream. So if you guys have any last questions, now's your chance to send them through. And good to hear that Ziggy Kesteven had a very big 21st party. He's had quite a lot of big parties in his time. '21st are always very, very big occasions, special reasons to celebrate 21st birthday parties. Yes, I turned 30 years old in June, so I'm officially a old bastard. Huh? I'm officially a 30-year-old bastard. But it's good though. Growing old has been pretty good. I think as long as you live the life you want and every day you're making the most of your time on this earth, then there's nothing to worry about growing old. As long as you follow your dreams, follow your passions. That's right, Helen. I'm half your age, 30 years old. How do you feel, Helen, about being 60? Are you feeling nervous about getting older, or are you happy to enjoy the wisdom that comes with 60 years on this wonderful, wonderful earth? Camilla, do you want to meet Jeremy, Camilla? A lovely tuxedo kitty for you to meet. Do you want to meet another kitty? Good girl. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in. This is your chance to send some last minute messages. I'm going to end the stream very, very soon. Once again, make sure to go ahead and borrow this book. Really fantastic read. All about the brain's amazing ability to adapt itself, to grow new brain cells in the hippocampus, and to adapt its circuits. Psychiatrist and researcher Norman Doidge, MD, traveled around the United States to meet the brilliant scientists championing neuroplasticity and the people whose lives they've transformed. People whose mental limitations or brain damage were previously seen as unalterable and whose conditions had long been dismissed as hopeless. We see a woman born with half a brain that rewired itself to work as a whole. A woman labeled retarded who cured her deficits with brain exercises and now cures those of others. Blind people who learn to see. Learning disorders cured, IQs raised, aging brains rejuvenated, stroke patients recovering their faculties, children with cerebral palsy learning to move more gracefully, entrenched depression and anxiety disappearing, and lifelong character traits changed. Doidge takes us into terrain that might seem fantastic. We learn that our thoughts can switch our genes on and off, altering our brain anatomy. We learn how people of average intelligence can, with brain exercises, improve their cognition and perception, develop muscle strength, or learn to play a musical instrument simply by imagining doing it. Using personal stories from the heart of this neuroplasticity revolution, Dr. Doidge has written an immensely moving, inspiring book that will permanently alter the way we look at our brains, human nature, and human potential. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have ever read or heard about this book, The Brain That Changes Itself. A remarkable and hopeful portrait of the endless adaptability of the human brain. Oliver Sacks. What a lovely, lovely little blurb. Promotional blurb from Oliver Sacks. I'm free. My cat's finally moved to my legs. I can finally move my legs. I'm finally free. Camilla, come on. Good night, Helen. Have an awesome day. I'll see you next time on the next adventure. Goodbye from me, and goodbye from my cat, Camilla. And by the way, hello to Maria. Maria Sunflower, how are you doing so far today? Nice to see you on the stream.